Hello, continuing our reading in Poppy and Rye by Avi. Today is chapter 24, Valerian and Clover. Though the packing of the nest had been completed, Valerian and Clover decided to wait for the morning to make their move. Without saying so, both were reluctant to go further away from Rye, Thistle, and Curlydock. In any case, it was night, and the children were asleep. Better not to disturb them. Sitting side by side, paw in paw, the two mice stared up at the moon, which kept slipping behind the scuttling clouds. Lifting their noses and sniffing at the breeze, they listened to the hum and buzz of the night. Sometimes they gazed down toward the pond and the lodge where they knew Rye was being held. "I wonder where Poppy and those kids are now," Valerian mused. "I just hope they're all right," Clover said. "That Poppy is a tough one, love," Valerian said, trying to sound more reassuring than he felt. "I didn't think going was a good idea, but if anyone can get Rye out and come back safe, I suppose she can." "And here we sit," she said. Valerian nodded. Suddenly Clover sighed. "Oh, Valerian," she whispered. "When I saw the faces of the family, it made me think how much I love them all. It isn't wrong to want to protect them, is it?" "I don't think so," Valerian replied kindly. "I feel that way myself." For a moment they were quiet. Then Clover sighed. "Valerian, how long have we been together?" she asked. 6 years." "Such a long time," Clover said. "And a good time, a good life, so many children, good children mostly. They come, they go, and here we are. Sometimes, Valerian, it seems the only difference with us is that you're grayer, I'm fatter, and we're both a lot more tired." "You're still my love, Clover," Valerian mused, giving her paw a gentle squeeze. "Valerian," Clover said as if she hadn't heard, "I suppose sometimes it takes an outsider to see what we can't see for ourselves. I've been thinking about what Poppy said. What she said is true. I haven't put up much resistance to the beavers. I've been too fearful that some of us would get hurt or worse. But sitting here with you looking on, She faltered, took a deep breath. With a painful catch in her throat, she said, "Valerian, Poppy was right. We can't just accept what these beavers are doing to us. It'll only get worse, Valerian. I just wish we could do something, anything." Having spoken, Clover buried her face in Valerian's shoulder and began to weep. Valerian patted her gently. Then he said, "Well, love, what do you have in mind?" "That's just it," she whispered between sobs. "I don't know, but why?" she cried. "Did those beavers have to build that dam?" She hid her face again. Valerian gazed down at the dam. Then he shifted about, looked at the boulder, then down at the dam, then the boulder again. "Maybe," he said softly, "what we should do is bust it." Taken aback, Clover looked up. "Bust their dam?" she cried in astonishment. "Look here," Valerian continued. "Maybe we have no right to say they couldn't come here and build. It wasn't our brook, but they've taken everything. If we busted that dam," Valerian continued, the pond water would drain away. All the animals could use the brook again, the way we did before." But we're mice, Valerian," Clover squeaked. "We're small. It's huge. They're huge. How can we do anything big like that?" Valerian looked around. Then, nodding, he said, "I'll tell you how. By using the boulder we've been living under. Always seemed to me it might topple on its own. Well, listen here, love. Suppose we dig around and under it, get it loose. Then, well, give it a shove. Let it roll down the hill so that it hits the beaver's dam smack on. I'll bet a pile of acorns it'd punch out a pretty big hole. Water would drain right out." "But," Clover said, quite flabbergasted, "how could you get it to go the right way?" Valerian studied the boulder, the hill, then the pond again. "Let's say we made a kind of ditch right in front of it, sort of a chute. Of course, we'd have to aim it right at the dam. If we did it properly, it couldn't miss." Clover stared at her husband with wide-eyed admiration. "Valerian, do you really think we can really do that?" Valerian was getting more and more excited. "We've got the whole family around, don't we? If everybody pitched in, worked hard, I think we could do it. But we'd have to do it right away by dawn. Well, once we start those beavers, we'll figure out what we're doing." "I'd want to work too," Clover assured him. "One of us could be in charge of digging around the boulder. The other could make that ditch." "Right," Valerian cried. "But, like I said, we'd better do it right away." "But what about Rye, Thistle, and Curly Duck? And Poppy?" Can't see where it'd do them any harm. Might even make things easier for them. And if it works, well, maybe the beavers will go away," he added with new determination in his voice. "Forever!" Clover looked at him. Suddenly, she cried, "Oh, Valerian! I'm so glad it's you I love. Truly I am." And she threw her paws about him and gave him a tight hug, which he returned. The next moment, the two went rushing down into their nest. "Everybody up! Everybody up! There's work to be done!" The family, having been roused, Valerian and Clover told them of the plan. Sensing their parents' enthusiasm, all the children pitched in eagerly. In quick time, under Clover's direction, some 30 golden mice were scampering and scraping the earth away from around the boulder. Though their paws were small and could carry but a little at a time, they attacked the task with great determination. The dirt began to fly. Simultaneously, directly in front of the boulder, and aimed right at the dam, Valerian and his crew marked out the ditch. Valerian had but one worry. Could they do it all fast enough? And that's the end of chapter 24.